PCI Media Center, Vancouver, BC. Welcome back to the new PCI Daily News Roundup brought to you by Philippine-Canadian Inquirer, the only Filipino-Canadian newspaper distributed across Canada. I'm Manny Noel Abuel. Thank you for joining us. We have the latest news, development. In the news, drug-related deaths increase despite PNP suspension. It has been nearly a month since the President suspended the PNP in its program Operation Tokhang. While the administration recently decided to re-employ some policemen to work for the campaign, drug-related killings are still at a record high. It has been reported that since the suspension of the anti-illegal drugs campaign, drugs trade resurfaced on the streets. The number of vigilante-style killings of drug suspects were down to about 400 in February, but it hasn't been specified how many of these cases are drug-related. Just this week, Michelle Merguiliano was shot dead by 4 unknown men in front of her children in their home in Marikina on Tuesday. Jomar Palamar and his girlfriend, Juday Esilona, were shot dead in a Manila backstreet Wednesday, while a certain Jonathan Lapus Valles was pulled out from a swamp in Malabon on Tuesday. All of them had been tagged by neighbors and local authorities as drug users. All of these cases are still under investigation. Death penalty bill goes to the Senate. House Bill 4727, which aims to reinstate the death penalty, has been approved by Congress via viva voce vote. Only 28 votes out of the required 46 votes were garnered in favor of the passage of the bill, comprising only 1/5 of the 229 lawmakers who attended the session. The death penalty bill only applies to heinous crimes that garner a punishment of life imprisonment in provisions of Republic Act 9165 or the Dangerous Drugs Code. This would mean that the bill will be passed on to the Senate, where the bill will still be subject to debates and amendments. Senate Majority Leader Vicente Soto III said that his latest count would be a 12-12 vote, which means that the fate of the bill will arrive at a deadlock. Senate minority members assured that they will scrutinize the bill and hopefully garner votes against the passage of the said bill, citing reasons that reinstating death penalty is a way to further oppress the poor. Trump to release a new travel order. The Trump administration announced that it will issue a revised travel order after the president did not get its favorable action from the U.S. courts and the general public regarding his travel ban policy. According to reports, the new travel order will no longer apply to existing visa holders or legal permanent residents and sought the removal of Iraq from the list. The removal of Iraq was suggested by Defense Secretary James Mattis and National Security Advisor H.R. McMaster, who were both veterans of the 2 U.S. wars against Iraq. McMaster argued that Iraq plays a vital role in combating Islamic State terrorists. It has been reported that the revised order will still bar citizens from Yemen, Syria, Iran, Sudan, Libya, and Somalia for 120 days until the government confirms that these refugees are not connected to any terrorist groups. Although Syrian refugees had been banned indefinitely in the original order, they shall face the same 120-day ban like the other refugees in the revised version. And that's the Roundup News for today. PCI Daily News Roundup is brought to you by Philippine-Canadian Inquirer and CanadianInquirer.net, where you can browse for the latest news development with complete stories anytime. I'm Manny Noel Abuel. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you again tomorrow. Goodbye.